Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your Heruscope for this Taurus season, which is from April 20th to May 20th of this year, 2018. So, I can't speak for any other astrologers and how they produce their horoscopes. Everyone does it a little differently. Long as it has the same results, hey, who cares? Anyways, I only speak for myself. I go by the teachings of my ancestors as my higher self guides me. And in Kemet, they had several different calendars running simultaneously while still correlating with each other. I will do a separate video on the calendars of Kemet, but for the sake of this video, I will simply do an overview of their astronomical calendar, which consisted of 12 months in a year, each month having 3 days, and they added 5 days to the end of the year, making it a total of 365 days in a calendar year. Since the Gregorian calendar is imperfect, yet we still use it in dominant society today, I have decided to still honor the original astronomers of this world while connecting it with the tropical Western zodiac that we use commonly today. So instead of going by Gregorian calendar months, I go by the seasons of the zodiac. There's roughly 30 days in each season, so just like the astronomers of Kemet, I divide the season into 3 decans. I determine which decans are cardinal, fixed, mutable by planetary positions and other chart grabbing information. Then, in meditation, I send forth Heru, which is my higher self. We all have a Heru higher self, and it goes out to retrieve any messages or information from the watchers of the hours, which is what they called the constellations during that time in ancient Egypt, or Kemet as they called themselves. So, what does that mean for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? That means that the first 10 days, the first decan is from April 20th to April 30th. As far as planetary movements go, Mercury is in Aries still. Mars, Saturn, and Pluto are all in Capricorn. Jupiter is in Scorpio, Uranus is in Aries, Neptune is in Pisces, and then we have a major shift, the only one really, happening during this decan, which is from Venus, moving into Gemini on the 25th of April. So, for the first decan, we must ask ourselves what is being initiated, what is being started, what is beginning for this season. And for this particular season, this will be a lasting ignition. Something is igniting that is going to be very long lasting. So for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, there will be growth in your business. And no matter what type of business you're pursuing, whether you're working for someone else or you have your own, if you're an entrepreneur, doesn't matter, there will be growth in the business that will positively affect you. And there will be 3 important expansion opportunities that are available, whether it's physically moving into a new house, a new location, whether it's your business is expanding to overseas, working with overseas businesses, whatever it is, there's going to be a trifecta of opportunities available, becoming available to help you expand in some type of way. Remember, this is a general reading, so I can't really get the detail and specifics for you personally, but you know what that expansion is for you as far as money and business and finances go. And just enterprise all in itself. It's going to be something huge or dramatic. It's going to happen that will place you in a financially stable position, whether it's a stable full-time job, a sponsor coming in to really boost and help your nonprofit foundation, or maybe a loan you're getting with little to no interest, whatever it is. It's going to put you in a position to strategize with more foresight, which you like, right? And so that's great. You may have found yourself isolated, and you know that you did this on purpose, just to get away from just all the chaos going on around, and just people and their emotional whatever. um, we as Aquarians, we like to kind of like isolate ourselves, and detach ourselves from certain things. For the recent time that you did this, it really was for inner guidance, to go inward and seek that guidance that you needed. It was also a time to cleanse yourself of any destructive old patterns that just really aren't getting you anywhere. So now you are reemerging as a renewed person with a deeper insight on who you are and what you have to offer to the world, your unique gift and talents. You've gained much knowledge from this isolation time and time of solitude, and now you desire to share it with the world what you have learned. And you're once again opening up to that give and receive flow of information to and from you to people of the world, and people of the world giving you something, which we love, right? And you have learned from your failures, you've learned from your defeats, you've learned from your mistakes of the past, and you are gaining that confidence to say, once again, I will not allow the past to stop me from moving forward and getting back out there into the world. My failures will not define me. Very good. There will also be very protective people around you. You might find yourself being very protective of the people you love and the people that you care about. You may also receive a gift, something material that may not be of uh, worldly value, but you hold a lot of value in that gift because of who gave it to you. Or you might be that person gifting something to someone else that you might not think too much of it, but they put a lot of value into it, and they really appreciate it because it's something from you, and you're special to them in their world, or vice versa. So there's going to be a lot of gift exchange, whether it's a gift of insight and wisdom or a material gift. Um, which is pretty cool. Some of you out there might be questioning your own personal value. You might be questioning your gifts and your talents and what you truly have to offer to the world. You haven't really fully gone through that, the full transformation and renewal of mind, and you're going through that. So for those of you who've already went through it successfully, you're past that now, and you're moving forward with confidence. And there are a few of you still out there who got a few more things to kind of uh, get mentally in control of, and to accept your flaws, and to accept just everything that did not go well in your life, and also to accept, to be more secure in yourself. Okay. um, Boosting your self-esteem, basically. There's some insecurities that you need to deal with, um, that um, will be put in your forefront for you to deal with them head on, and to get rid of them because they're stopping you from your greatness. Very similar to Sag. So anyways, that's for that. Some of you guys have a partner who's leaving town for a while, maybe leaving out the country. I see like servicemen type thing. Someone's in the army, or you might have had someone very close to you, a male figure or someone pass away. So you're feeling a loss, a separation. Um, However the situation is, where you're feeling some type of loss and separation, some type of divorce, you're acting cool, you're being very detached from it all, um, or people are viewing you as not dealing with your emotions, but you, as an Aquarius, we deal mentally with emotions, as opposed to always being so feely. So we don't necessarily show it, um, how we have dealt with it. So make sure that you're aware of this, and that you don't become frustrated with others who aren't aware of how you yourself deal with your emotions, especially Moon Aquarians. Um, Definitely very detached from what they call human emotions. It's very hard to understand or to show what everybody else in society thinks is the acceptable way to show your emotions. It is what it is. You just know how to handle difficult situations in your own way. Finally, there is a burden coming that it doesn't feel heavy to you. It really just doesn't feel heavy to you. You actually are going to see it as a fun challenge, kind of like one of those brain strengthening games, that like helps you with your cognitive, you know, those games. So you're going to see that burden like that, like a fun challenge, a problem that you can solve. We're problem solvers. We like to use logic. We like to work smarter, not harder. That's pretty much the philosophy of an Aquarius. If I don't have to put a lot of energy, like physical energy into it, if I can use my brain to, delete some of that extra work, I will. So you will come up against that. So don't be, show your genius. Show that you can help some people out. Basically, you're going to be very helpful to people. Because essentially how you approach challenging situations is very carefree. You have an open mind to different ideas and different ways to fix something. um, you know and just remember, yes, you are a fixed sign, so sometimes we get stuck on something and we become stubborn, but remember that you also are an air sign, so you're flexible, you're actually very changeable. And you use your intellect, okay, um, more so than your emotions. So not everybody else does this. So sometimes we become frustrated and annoyed with other people who are visibly not displaying logic and intellect, but they're just not displaying it the same way you would, Aquarius. Um, a Cancer is actually extremely, extremely intelligent, but their intelligence is very intuitive, very emotion based. So you can't take that away from them. You are, on the other hand, very logical. You're very mentally intellectual. So, work with everybody else's way of being intelligent. And don't become frustrated. It's all good. You can do it. You can do it. So Venus in Gemini, on the 25th, this energy that's coming in for you, Aquarius, it's really telling us to remember to share a cup of compassion and to know when to share a wealth of knowledge and great advice and when to keep it to yourself. Dip into your childlike genius, by doing the things that you love to do, even when society at large claims that you're too old to be doing it. Just do it. Have fun. Really spark your imagination. Whatever makes get your imaginative juices flowing. Go for it. Go do it. Okay, let me handle this phone call. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so I'm back. So, yes, do whatever gets your imaginative juices flowing. Be creative and don't be afraid to, go outside of the norm, which shouldn't be too hard for you, Aquarius. You're usually doing that naturally without much coaxing. Anyhow, the second decan is from May 1st to the 10th, and that's when we need to inquire on what obstacles are going to be in our path and how can we best prepare for them so that we can um, be triumphant and work through those obstacles. So for you, Aquarius, there's three major ones, and the three major ones that are going to pop up is giving too much attention to another person. It could be a mate, it can be a partner, a business partner, it can be a friend, it can be a family member, whoever this other person is. You're giving way too much attention to them, And when you find yourself doing that, you got to check it. They're most likely a fire sign or someone who is very charming, positive, fun to be around, and you both just enjoy the very enlightening conversations that you guys have amongst each other. But you must learn to prioritize your time and delegate your time um, better, and make sure that that is not an obstacle. You can still enjoy your time with this person, live your life, but make sure that that's not stopping you from accomplishing what you need to accomplish, or stopping them from accomplishing what they need to accomplish. Make sure that you prioritize, and get your important work done first before you go play, because it's going to be tempting. Um, Also, uh, just because you know something is going to happen, you got like a premonition or whatever, you just know, we just know. It doesn't mean that you sit back and do nothing. You are still required to step up and step out into the world in order for what is destined to take place to actually take place. If you're not there, um, you're going to miss it, or, it's going to have to come back around again. And we don't want to have to, spend that extra time having it come back around again if it does. So make sure that you don't just leave it up to chance. Whatever you feel led to do, whatever you feel just led to do, go and do it. Whatever you know is going to happen, let it happen, but make sure that you play your part. Walk out on faith, and just watch what you already knew. Just watch it manifest. But you can't see it manifest if you're in the house. You know. Um, and not out in the world. So really go outside, get out there, and be magical. Um, also, really important, let go and give away with gratitude. Be glad and be thankful and just be joyous when you give something. Don't just give something out of spite or give something because you feel obligated to do it. Like, give it because you truly, in your heart of hearts, you want to give it. And trust me, they have this saying in church, when praises go up, blessings go down, and to give with a grateful heart, because how you give, you will receive. So, and there's like parables in the Bible where Jesus talked about. I think she was like a poor woman, and she gave her very, very last, like her very last two pennies, and Jesus was like, she gave more than all y'all other rich motherfuckers. Like, she gave way more than all y'all, because she not only did she give her last, but she gave it with a heart of gratitude. So just come with that type of stance whenever it comes, because it's a test of the heart type of thing. It's a personal thing. And finally, for the third decan, I could give you a bunch of predictions of what's going to happen, because it's a mutable decan, and that's what's so fun about it, is that anything can happen. But I'm not, because this is a general reading and that will be a waste of my time. So just know, however you went about the first two decans, well, the third decan is just going to be the outcome of what you did in the first two. So, be wise, be smart, be conscious, um, be loving, be compassionate, and you will see the fruits of your labor. Oh, it's going to be so beautiful by the end of this Taurus season. It's sowing seed time, guys. Sow those seeds so that you can see beautiful results in the end. My final message is for the major transition that's going to happen in the third decan. There are quite a few planetary movements that we should be aware of. We already know Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto aren't going anywhere. They pretty much stay in their spots for quite a long time. But on May 14th, Mercury moves into Taurus. On the 17th, Mars is in Aquarius. Saturn goes retrograde. And then on the 20th, Venus goes into Cancer. But the biggest shakeup is the one from the outer planet, Uranus, on May 16th, is moving into Taurus. So, the overall message to you, Aquarius, is take care of yourself, give yourself some love, okay? Go get some self-care. Don't let yourself just look a shamble. Yeah, you can be a mad genius, but you don't have to look like it. Don't forget who you are, don't forget your needs, your physical needs, a lot of time we get so caught up in our mental that we forget to take care of our physical. So, and that goes for spiritual too, but for Aquarians specifically, we get caught up in the mental. So do not forget to take care of your physical because you're going to need your body for this physical journey, okay? It's not vain to take care of yourself and to be concerned with your appearance, so go out there, rejuvenate yourself. Um, all this planetary movement into Taurus is really reminding all of us that, you know, um, the beauty from within should exude on the outside. So we can always talk about how a beautiful looking or attractive person is so ugly because they are mean and rude and blah blah blah. So they're either inwardness, their character makes them look ugly on the outside, but we rarely talk about how the beauty from within exudes on the outside. So be that example, Aquarius. We are odd looking, beautiful people. If you ever seen an Aquarius, you already know like they are odd looking people, but for some reason they're still so beautiful. So be that example, be that model, and encourage that within other people around you, Aquarius. Encourage other people to embrace their unique, weird, oddball beauty. All right. Love y'all. Love y'all. Aqua gang in the house. And now we out. Until the next time, y'all. Keep trailblazing on. Peace.